today. Let's unmute his mic.
I think he's talking to me.
Morning, Dante. What's up?
Morning, morning. How are you guys?
We're doing well. We're going to start with questions in the room first.
Dante, before the last match, I know one of the big motivation point was to win to get out of the bottom of the standings. It's a little bit the same thing this time around. Is this how you approach this match?
Yeah, it's another home match. We approach every home match, the same way. We want to win, So, yeah, like you said, it's two teams, we're at the bottom of the table. So, it's good to, move up as much as you can. So, yeah, it will be a very important game.
You played 22 matches this season. You have 20 starts. It's a season where you're playing the most, and you also have the most, offensive contribution. How would you say you progressed as a player this season?
Yeah. No, yeah, I think it's been a very good season for me. I think as the season has went on, I became more comfortable. I felt, better as the games have gone by. And yeah, I owe that to the coaching staff, for putting that trust in me. And, I think through my hard work, through the trainings, I think I've earned that, kind of, I would say, spot, So I just want to continue in this way. And yeah.
Dante, we're about to speak to Olger.
Yeah.
He's still young, but he's a star with his national team fans. There are Guatemala fans traveling. Wherever you travel, there's always some Guatemala fans there.
Yeah.
What has it been like for you guys to see that, and for him as a young guy?
No, I mean, that's a huge thing. I think he probably feels amazing, seeing all the support, everywhere he goes. That's probably a great feeling, So, I just wish him nothing but the best, with that. And I hope he keeps doing great things with the national team, So it's good.
And as we said, he's a young guy, but
yeah.
How have you seen him progress in the last few months that he's been here?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously a very young player. He's very talented. He's very technical. So I think, if he keeps working hard, keeps his head down, I think he'll do great things.
And what have you seen from Madelon stuff? I think he just trained yesterday with you guys, and you're going to see him again today. What have you seen from him in the last few hours?
Yeah, obviously we didn't do much in training yesterday, but he's a very technical player. He works very hard. So I feel like he could fit right in. Help the team.
And maybe just a few words about Dante that you went the other way. Maybe a few words about him. What have you seen from him this year?
No, Jules is a top guy. So. Unfortunately, things don't work out the way, you plan it, but I feel like, with a good opportunity, he'll do really well, wherever he is. So I wish him nothing but the best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wonderful. If you have a question, please press the raise your hand button. We're going to start with Elias Gregoriadis.
Thanks, Tristan. Hi, Dante. This is only the second time the team's had a full week off to recover between games since the end of May.
Yeah.
What's that like in terms of maybe switching your routine up to that one game a week instead of a game every 3 days? And do you like it? Do you rather have the consistency of midweek games? And what do you feel about it? Like physically for you personally, what do you feel?
No, I think this week was.
Sorry, I muted the microphone.
Oh.
If you could we could just unmute his mic. Thank you very much.
No, I think this week was very important. Not only like recovery wise, but mentally. We've had a lot of games in a short period, so I think this week has been good. Not just for me, but for the whole team. To rest and recover and get ready for the upcoming games.
Maxime Tromat.
Hi, Dante.
Hi.
Just a little bit curious, how do you approach a game like tomorrow, knowing that it means nothing in the standings or in the playoff? How do you stay fully motivated as a player?
Yeah. No, I mean, as a team, we approach every game the same way. No matter if there's a chance to go up, if there's So I feel like the coach has instilled that in us. Every game is a fight. Every game is a final. And that's the motto for us, going into the last, stretch of 8-9 games, towards the end of the season.
Do you have a follow-up there?
Yes. Just curious. You played 4 very good games after the letter of the president and directors. Do you feel like something has changed since the letter in the group?
Not really. You know, I feel like we didn't really pay much attention to the letter. I feel like as a team, you know, we've been very focused and we've showed that in games. So I feel like, you know, that has no correlation with the letter, but I do see us, you know, playing much better recently, you know, playing more together, and I feel like, you know, we're going in a good direction.
Frank Galapa.
Hey, Dante, Frank Galapa from Boston Globe. Just gonna do a little follow-up question about Olger, but first I'm gonna. You probably don't know this, but you became the first father and son combination to score goals at Gillette when you were here last month. That's just trivia, but I was at those games.
Yeah.
So, what have you seen in Olger, and did he surprise you at all? He's still young. You know, did he surprise you at all? Do you see him having the chance to break into the starting lineup at some point?
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's a very talented player. He's a very young player. You know what he did at the Gold Cup was very, you know, I would say I don't think anyone was expecting that. You know, obviously, you know, coming from, you know, limited minutes, you know, going into kind of a bigger role. So, you know, nothing but props to him. You know, so I feel like eventually he can make that step. You know, he has all the talent, all the technical ability. So, yeah, I do see that coming.
And we're going to have one last question from Elias Guriadis.
Yeah, Dante. Whether it's you, Hinadi, Olger, you know, those left-footed players on the right side, that kind of like the one-on-ones. Marco's clearly given a lot of faith to those one-on-one situations in games where he actively looks for it. How have you enjoyed that kind of setup, because you are someone that likes to be isolated with a defender, and how do you think that can maybe grow tactically with you know, new additions to the team and stuff like that?
No, I feel like you know, Marco and our coach has done a very good job in, you know, getting, you know, players in the right spaces they need, you know, when they have different characteristics. You know, I'm a wide player. You know, I love being wide. I love being isolated. So I feel like, you know, he puts me in good spots, you know, on the field to do what I need to do. You know, so I just feel like, you know, with that, when we're all playing to, you know, our strengths, you know, we're all flowing. You know, I've made a lot of good connections, you know, throughout the season, you know, with midfielders, with the right backs, you know, so I just feel like I need to continue in this way.
Thank you very much for your time, Dante. We
Thank you.
appreciate that. We're going to start with questions from the room.
Hi, Olger. You're getting more minutes and more opportunities in MLS now. How do you find you're adapting to that level of play?
Well, yeah, thank you for the space today. Well, yeah, like you said, I'm getting more minutes little by little, trying to take as much advantage as I can. It's now almost 7 appearances that I have. So I'm really grateful for the opportunities, of course, and trying to take the most advantage as I can.
Even though you're still young, you seem like you have a lot of confidence on the pitch. How do you explain that confidence?
Well, yeah, so I kind of just like think about what I can do and obviously what I can do to help the team. The team needs a player that will defend for the last 25 minutes, and that's what I have to do. And then obviously when it's time to have the ball, then I do what I can.
You have a huge following in Guatemala. I'm sure you noticed everywhere you go, you have tons of fans, tons of people. How do you deal with that? Even though like you're starting your career, how do you deal with all that attention?
No, yeah, I think it's amazing to me. Like I think without all that fan base and all that support behind my back, I don't think I'd be as confident as you say I am, or as strong on the pitch, or like I always feel like I have people behind me if anything goes bad.
Olger, did this following start around the Gold Cup, or was it there before?
It was kind of there before, since I've joined the first team, kind of just like slowly building up as we started to succeed the expectations that we have as a Guatemalan, and they've just been always behind our backs, not even just for me, for all the players.
And do you like having this kind of the following? Yeah, I saw your your TikTok account has like you posted a video yesterday or 2 days ago and already 155,000 views.
Yeah.
So it's it's a big following. Do you like having that kind of attention?
No, I love it. Like I said, it's amazing. I love the whole fan base. I think they're very loving and obviously that helps me a lot.
And how has been your first few months here in Montreal? Adaptation to the city, to the club. How has it been for you?
No, it's been amazing. Ever since I got here, obviously the first month was something that the club had planned for me, and obviously I try to get myself better to be able to perform at this level, because this level is different, and you have to be at 100% all the time. So I thought it was good. Then after that, obviously I went away for the Gold Cup and came back with trying to work hard and obviously try to help the team out.
You spoke about your 6 appearances. Do you feel like now you're getting ready to be to have more minutes than be a regular starter? Do you feel like you're gonna have 19 minutes in your legs?
Well, yeah, that's the plan for me. That's what I'm trying to work towards. Obviously, my plan, my short-term goal is to start being a starter here and start playing 90 minutes and obviously have my mark on this team. So that's the plan.
All right, we will start with Frank Alapa.
Olger, Frank Alapa from Boston Globe. I saw a good interview with you talking about the first goal you scored at Gillette when you were like 5 years old. So the question is, what did it mean to you to score that goal against the Revolution last month? And when you left New England, did you leave her on good terms? We didn't really get a chance to talk, so just getting caught up on that.
Oh yeah, I thought it was for me it was an amazing experience having to score my first MLS goal in the Gillette Stadium, which is where I grew up. It's actually probably where I scored my first ever goal playing football. So it was amazing to me, and then obviously the emotions going through my mind that I scored my first MLS goal was amazing to me. And to answer your question, no, I don't think there's any bad emotions while I was leaving.
Eliza Goriadis.
Thanks, Tristan. Hi, Olger. It's an extremely young attacking core that the team has right now. I think almost everyone except 2 are under the age of like 25. And how do you think that you guys handle, I guess, the pressure of operating at this level, and how important is it to have guys like Prince and like Giacomo as kind of a leadership and mentorship roles, and yeah.
No, I think it's amazing. We're getting used to playing at a young age MLS minutes, and obviously having those leaders like the names you said are really important, because if something doesn't go our way, they're there to help us, or they're telling us what is the right thing and what is not. So I think it's really important to have players like that. And obviously we're a young team and we're a very good, talented team, and you can see it every weekend. Just obviously the score sheet doesn't say it, but if you really watch our games, it shows that we have a lot of talent and we have a lot for this group.
Maxime Troumat.
Hi, Olger. Thanks for doing this morning. Do you start tomorrow? No, it's not my real question. I was in New Jersey for the game against Toluca, okay? The only CF Montreal jerseys I saw in the crowd were Escobar jerseys. No Piet, no Owusu, no Briani, but there was, I think, 20, 50 Escobar jerseys. How do you feel to see that, knowing that you're sometimes the one who gets the most attention of the team and support on the road, despite your young age and your new role on the team? How do you feel? Are you like, it's crazy, it's amazing? How do you feel about that?
No, yeah, I think it's really crazy to me that I have a lot of fans at away games like that, or even at home. There's a lot of people supporting me. I think it's amazing and hard, I wouldn't say hard to believe, but it's kind of I would say it's crazy to me. I know I've used it a lot, the word, but it's compared to all these guys like Prince scoring every game, or Sam Pia, their captain, or those are like people you always will know and always will support. So I think it's amazing for me.
You got one last one there, Max?
No, it's okay. Thank you.
All right, wonderful. Thank you for your time, Olger. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was every 3 days.
On va commencer avec les questions en salle.
Marco, premièrement, l'équipe a fait une transaction avant-hier, je crois. Vous allez chercher un milieu de terrain. Je sais que tu avais besoin de joueurs qui peuvent jouer au milieu de terrain et qui ont de l'expérience. Donc, parle-moi de l'arrivée de Matty Longstaff et de comment ça peut vous aider.
Nous sommes désolés de perdre un gars de Montréal comme Jules, et aussi très jeune. Mais pour commencer, c'était vraiment important pour nous parce que nous voulons développer des jeunes et aussi de Montréal. Mais aussi, nous avions 12 joueurs offensifs, très offensifs pour 3 ou 4 sièges. Dépend du match. Et nous sommes désolés pour ça, mais je dois donner de l'importance sur le terrain. Qu'est-ce que les joueurs montrent sur le terrain et c'est les nouveaux processus, les nouvelles processus de l'équipe. Et cet échange pour nous, c'est vraiment important, comme tu as dit, parce qu'il donne-moi une autre possibilité au milieu de terrain. C'est vraiment important pour les derniers 8 matchs, mais nous sommes aussi désolés pour Jules.
Matty Longstaff, c'est un gars qui jouait déjà en MLS, donc il est habitué, il connaît la ligue, tout ça, donc il est disponible dès maintenant, j'imagine, pour toi?
Nous ne savons pas parce que le work permit, non, c'est prêt, mais c'est après-midi, maybe.
Mais au niveau sportif, s'il pouvait jouer, tu n'aurais pas de problème à le faire jouer demain, disons?
Il est difficile de commencer le match, mais il peut être une option pour pendant le match.
On vient de parler avec Olger Escobar, qui est un jeune joueur qui commence à prendre de plus en plus de minutes de place, mais c'est déjà une vedette dans son pays, au Guatemala. Il y a beaucoup de gens qui le suivent et tout ça, qui le regardent. En tant que groupe d'entraîneurs, comment est-ce que vous pouvez l'aider, l'épauler à gérer toute cette attention-là qu'il obtient déjà?
It's not. I mean, I think it's normal, completely normal that good, talented youngs have this attention, especially right now with social media, with everything is open. No? Before, I remember 3-4 years ago, 10 years ago when I was playing, it was so difficult to see MLS game. You know? Now you go to Apple TV, you can see MLS, so everybody from everywhere can see our games. And then when you see these kind of youngs like Olger that jump on the field with this personality and this talent, every time he touches the ball, he can create something. It's normal that all the youngs and all the fans and supporters of his country are dreaming to be Olger in this moment and support him. So this is normal, and it's a good energy for him that we can, as a staff, we can use to work with him and the details that he needs to improve, because at the end he's young, and some months ago he was playing in the second team in New England, so he improved a lot, and still we hope that his process is continuing to improve every day.
Sur ce sujet-là, tu sais, des fois, des jeunes comme ça qui ont beaucoup d'attention, peut leur monter à la tête. Est-ce que vous prenez des précautions, peut-être en tant que personnel entraîneur, pour s'assurer qu'il n'y ait pas de distraction et qu'il reste professionnel et tout ça?
It's their problem. As soon as you jump in the first team, I remember I had a chat at the beginning with Alex Guboglo. No? I say, as soon as you jump in the first team, you are adult. So I treat you as a man, I treat you as an adult, as a professional player. I cannot treat you as a U17 player, but you want to be here. So, and this is for them. So the attention, the pressure, or to think that to be a start or something like that is their problem. It's not my problem. So if it's something that they can have with good energy to show more on the field, good for them and good for the team. If not, there are other players that deserve to be on the field. It's like the same thing about Jules. So we are sorry about Jules, but in the end, in this process of Montreal, so the new process, it's the training, the field that show if you deserve to play, and then it's the game that show if you deserve to play again. We have so many good young and talent, so many good players here that are improving a lot. And another example is Morales, no? Efrain coming new, and we needed him because we were very short as a number. He jumped on the field, he played well, and then he played again. So it's really normal. I mean, for the place where I'm coming, it's normal. When you go on the field, you deserve to play. You play again, and then you become more important. And in this process, that you become also important for the club, for the team. The last game, Prince now play with as a captain. No, is a good reward for his job. Is here, and also Loturi was vice captain. No, also the same. So at the end, I think that they have two different processes. No, in the group and then on the field. It's normal. But then youngs can have up, can have down, and we are here for them for this moment.
Donc c'est ce que les joueurs démontrent à l'entraînement sur le terrain et en match qui décident de leur temps de jeu ou s'ils sont. Est-ce que c'est un peu ça qui a fait défaut avec Jules? Est-ce que c'est un peu pour ça qu'il a moins eu de temps de jeu et donc qui était un peu qui n'a pas joué récemment et qui donc on a décidé de faire
Yeah, the difficulties that we had with Jules and also with the other players is that when I became a coach, there were 13 offensive players. Now 12 there were, and I have 3 spots. And even before they were playing 3 offensive players, and sometimes now we play 4 with the different system. So I try to exploit all of them, and then sometimes he had the possibility to play. And I respect the way they work on the field, the way they are important on the team, tactically, technically, and or at least with my eyes. So and we try, and we have another 11 players to work and to go forward. And it could be the same in every window market, in every club. I mean, you can be important, you can have potential, and you can have new players, or the same player become more important. So it's all about work and show. This business is like that. It's like me. If I lose every game, I go in Italy home. Yeah. It's normal.
Moi, j'ai une question sur le match de demain. Évidemment, tout le monde connaît Christian Benteke et le danger qu'il amène dans la surface avec son physique, sa grandeur et tout ça. Vous avez eu de la difficulté cette année avec les coups de pied de coin défensifs. Est-ce que ça t'inquiète un peu, le fait que Benteke s'en vient ici, il va travailler vos défenseurs?
Well, yes, we respect Benteke as a player. He's an incredible player, incredible career, and he's important for his team. And still they have a new coach also, so they have new energy also to show on the field. And Benteke is a weapon for every team. So of course they can use him. I remember the first game. In Washington, we used 2 players to try to limit him, and it's kind of the job we need to do. And of course, he's very good in the box, so we need to work to try to don't let them come in the box, to don't let them cross, and then to try to mark him. So there's all step that we need to do, but he's not an unstoppable player. And we need to do our job, but we need to be also very good with the ball and try to be focused to do our job when we have the ball to try to attack.
Merci, Reg. On va commencer avec Elias Gregoriadis.
Thank you, Tristan. Marco, you kind of mentioned it at the beginning of the press conference. This is the first time we haven't spoken to you midweek in a long time. This is only the second time since the beginning of May that you've had a week or more off between games. How does that affect you and your mindset, and especially you as the coaching staff? You have your routine, and it's a bit different now because you don't have to prepare for a game on Wednesday. You had a whole week. And have you seen a different maybe level of energies from your players over the last couple of days, especially now that you can have that rest?
Yeah, you're right, because the routine become to play every 3 days, but usually the routine is to play one every week. So I think that before it was not routine, but it became a routine, and I enjoyed it because when you don't play well or when you want to work in stuff, the the most successful, the most impactful way to improve is to play. So to play, to give energy, and to try to work in details to improve. But at the same time, we never rest. We never had the time to work in details during the training, because the day after you have to rest for the game before, and the day after you have to be ready for the day after the game. So we use this week especially to give to the player the proper time to recover mentally and also physically. So we gave 1 day off more at the beginning. So we waste 1 day for this, but is I think the most important thing right now. And then the other 2 extra day or 1 extra day we used to go in detail in some situation that we were struggling in the last period. I think especially to improve in details when we didn't have the ball and how to exploit space as soon as we recover the ball. So it's something that we have so many aspects to work, but we try to decide these 2 aspects to try to prepare the next game and also to improve our process, our game model, and all this stuff. So the player enjoyed it also. We have less stress because the day after you are still thinking of the game, and the day before or 2 days before you are already thinking of the game. So the 2-3 days in the middle of the week are really the best to work without stress, without pressure, with player individually, meeting, video, clip, and individual work on the field. So it's amazing to have a week, a full week to work.
Frank Galapa.
Yeah, I'm Frank Galapa, Boston Globe, Tifoso della Viola. This is a question about Olger Escobar. Did you know much about him before he came to Montreal? And what has he shown you that maybe you didn't expect from him?
Yeah, of course we knew because we bought him, and I think the scouting department is very focused on player all around the world because we are not a team that can spend 10-15 million for good young. So we need to find good profile young with talent, and at the same time ready player to play and give their help to the team. So Olger was a project that then for us was an incredible opportunity because he wasn't playing much with the first team. He wasn't playing with the second team. At the same time, we saw immediately some incredible talent with his left foot, the way he was reading the game and the space, and we knew that he needed to work physically at first, and then the mindset, defensive mindset, but we are here for this, and so it takes time. Of course, he's really going faster than we were expecting, so we are happy about that. But at the same time, we need to respect the normal process of a young that need to improve, because to have 11 youngs on the field profile, then also they struggle because they don't have the right help for the team, for the player that knows MLS and the level, how to defend the moment of the game. So it seems easy, but in reality, it's not that easy.
Maxime Truman.
Salut Marco, 2 petites questions sur les joueurs blessés. Jalen Neal est à l'entraînement avec le groupe depuis longtemps. Est-ce qu'il est une option pour demain?
Il est avec nous.
Okay. Et comment va Samuel Piette?
Nous ne savons pas exactement. Il a fait des examens et nous attendons les résultats.
Merci beaucoup pour ton temps, Marco.
Merci.
Marco.